Seems like we've been here before. Yes, it is Groundhog Day. And we welcome you to this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. Alongside Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr, this is Kevin Harlan.
Let's go, you're up. My time.
First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Setting the floor for the Bucks. Knight and Mayo man the backcourt. Chris Middleton is out there with Sanders, and it's Parker in at the 3 spot. Offensive rebound, and Valanciunas kicks to low. Vasquez dishes to DeRozan. DeRozan a screen on Knight. Back to DeRozan. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Will not go. This is off the front iron.
Really good performance so far on the boards for this club.
Boy, I like the way they out space under the basket when the shots have gone up.
Some changes for Toronto. Hansbrough's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Patterson comes in for Amir Johnson. And Terrence Ross is subbed in for Kyle Lowry. And then for Milwaukee. And Antetokounmpo's checked in for Mayo. And it's the dude in for Brandon Knight. And now a quick rundown of the leading free throw shooters at small forward this year. It's a pretty sure thing whenever one of them gets to the line. You take a look at Ross. 4th in the league, and as consistent as they come at the free throw line.
Well, there's some smooth strokes among that group, guys. What else can you say?
As a coach, you want your small forwards to be aggressive in getting to the basket. I mean, that's a must. And with these players, whether they draw the foul or get a layup out of it, it's a win-win.
Vasquez with it. Now defended by the dude. And DeRozan at the basket on the assist by Vasquez. That's now 8 points for DeMar DeRozan. For Toronto, they come in off the loss to the Wizards in Washington.
And, you know, coming down the stretch in that game, they didn't have all the guys they would have liked on the floor because of the foul trouble they were in.
And as a result, Steve, they had to back down a little bit so they wouldn't get themselves into even more foul trouble.
Raptors leading by 5.
Larry Sanders, mostly an at-the-rim finisher to this point in his career. He can complete plays off pick and rolls. His explosiveness, his length, I think really allows him to throw it down over the top of defenders.
Vasquez passes to Hansbrough, and that one is hammered home. Well, Clark, a clear lane to the basket and the emphatic jam.
And that is outstanding attacking basketball.
Well, he had no choice but to take that one to the bucket.
The dude passes to Parker. That one rolling around and rims out.
I don't know if it's just me, but he's looked a step slow since the start of the quarter. His shooting has really suffered.
DeRozan's shot is good.
Boy, they are passing the ball very crisply right now.
They sure are. That's 3 straight buckets that have come off of assists.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Screen by Sanders. The dude passes to Antetokounmpo. Here's the dude, guarded by Vasquez. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Parker. Lays it up and banks it in. Parker's got 5 now.
Well, I tell you what, the post play has been rock solid right off the bat.
Well, that's the key to basketball. Get the ball inside, into the paint, either with a pass or with penetration.
Coming up Wednesday. Now the second quarter. The Raptors. Tyler Hansbrough's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Patterson comes in for Amir Johnson. DeMar DeRozan, he's checked in for Ross. And it's Vasquez in for Lou Williams. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Larry Sanders is checked in for John Henson. Parker comes in for Chris Middleton. Knight's checked in for O.J. Mayo. And it's the dude in for Nate Walters. On the court for the Bucks. The dude in at point guard. Sanders is out there with Parker, and then there's Antetokounmpo, and it's Knight in at the shooting guard. Here's Parker. Nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
Textbook example there of how to use defense to create offense.
Yeah, beautiful transition play after the steal all the way to the basket.
Wasted no time going from defense to offense.
It feels like they're starting to pick up the intensity as the game itself starts to get a little more tight and close.
Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, thank you, Kevin. Giannis Antetokounmpo's guard skills belie his height, which is approaching 7 feet. Coach Jason Kidd said he's literally growing. When you see him in the open court, that's where he's at his best. He reminds me of a Scottie Pippen, kind of a magic guy who can find the open teammate. He's very comfortable with the ball in his hands. Guys?
He's got the length factor to be sure. Thanks, Doris. Outside Lowry. Shoots it up. Rebound by Parker. Parker's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Here's the dude. There's the screen. Antetokounmpo kicks to Knight. Passes it to the dude. Fires the 3. That's good. The assist that time from Knight.
Well, here in the second, not as listless. They're showing some signs of life offensively.
Well, great sign, because after that poor first quarter, now they're playing better offensively, and they have the lead.
The fader. DeRozan's shot is good. DeRozan's got it all tied up now for the Raptors.
And I'm not really sure that's the time for the fadeaway jumper, but he gets it to go.
Here's the dude. Gets it to go from 18 feet away. The dude's got his second bucket of the night. Second quarter in.
Thank you, Kevin and Dwayne. A very tight game here. What's the #1 thing you need to do in the second half to try to get out ahead and break this thing open?
Well, #1 is we got to make sure we
All right, listen closely, man. I've got a few things to touch on. We're going to turn this from a close game into our game. Firstly, our offensive output in the paint was really encouraging. But that being said, let's make sure we don't get too one-dimensional in the second half. I want us getting points from the inside and out. I do like that we limited our turnovers. We weren't careless with the ball or making unforced errors, so kudos for that. And when it comes to the speed of the game, I'd love to see it being played at a walk, not a sprint, if you get my drift. Let's not hurry things. This game shouldn't be as close as it is. We're the better team. You know it, I know it, and they know it. Now let's get out there and prove it.
Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the
Substitution on the
It's go time. Check in.
I'm on it.
Dudley comes in for Parker, and Walters checks in for Knight. Toronto leading by 7. Amir Johnson at the 4 with Valanciunas at the pivot. DeRozan and Ross, they're the 2 and 3. And it's Williams at the 1. That's the 5 out there for the Raptors. Three-pointer. The rebound by the Bucks. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Blazers.
And Kevin, when you don't take advantage of your trips to the free throw, which they definitely did not, it's tough to recover from.
Yeah, it sure is. I mean, they left a lot of cheese and lettuce at that foul line, partner.
Not to mention some ham and turkey, Clark.
And Antetokounmpo's checked in for Milwaukee. The dude comes in for O.J. Mayo. Clock at 6. Kicks it to Walters. It's hauled in by the Raptors. Valanciunas has got rebound number 7 for him tonight.
You know, they've been outstanding on the boards, and it's a big reason why they've got a lead. Doing the dirty work down low.
Yeah, and Clark, you know, rebounding's a team effort. Everybody's boxing out. Everyone is accountable. They're doing a nice job collectively. Lou Williams at 6'1", about 175 pounds, a scoring guard in a point guard's body. He's best playing off the ball offensively, but guarding the point guard defensively, so you often see him cross-matched with opponents. Let's take a look at Lou Williams. Some of the stats for him, how his last 10 games have gone. He's putting up about 12 points per game, 3 assists and 2 rebounds. I'm sure he's happy with the way things have been going. Those are some nice, steady numbers.
Well, how could he be unhappy about him, Steve? I mean, he'd probably like to see just a little more of an uptick in him, just the same, but nothing to not be content about there.
And you mentioned Lou Williams, a scoring guard, but His scoring rate, Clark, down over the last couple seasons.
And, you know, his turnover rate had typically been excellent, but that's increased by almost double as his scoring numbers have gone down. But some of that is due to him coming off of that knee injury. It usually takes a couple of seasons, Kevin. When you tear that ACL, you get back after one, but it's not until year 2 that you begin to regain your old form.
The 17-footer. That one rolling around and rims out. Bucks trail by 8. The dude passes to Walters. He dishes it to Antetokounmpo. The pass to the dude. Puts up a 3. Ross grabs the board. Toronto leading by 8. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Blocked. Another shot. Here's Walters. Second shot opportunity. The shot's good from Henson. Henson's got 5 now.
He got a great read of where that miss was going, and that allowed him to be the first guy to it and get the putback.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
I'm not sure what he was thinking about there. That's a strange foul.
For Toronto, Jonas Valanciunas, he's checked in for Hansbrough. Johnson comes in for Patrick Patterson. And Lewis Williams subbed in for Ross. And then for Milwaukee, Ilyasova, he's checked in for Sanders. Dudley comes in for Parker. And it's the dude in for Antetokounmpo. Setting the floor for the Bucks. The dude in a 2-guard. Jared Dudley out there with Chris Middleton. Then there's Nate Walters. And it's Ilyasova in at the 5, patrolling the paint. Walters passes to the dude. Ilyasova, a screen on Williams. Dudley against DeRozan. Dudley's shot is good. Dudley's got it back down to single digits for Milwaukee.
That's a clean look they gave him there, fellas, and he drains those.
Williams dishes to Vasquez. And so it's Toronto winning this one.
Kyle, how big a...
Yo, remember back on the bully when cats used to harmonize?
Greetings, everyone. Glad to have you with us on this Wednesday night edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan. Bart Kellogg and Steve Kerr will provide the analysis. It's a one-game reprieve at home for the Bucks. Here with their Milwaukee fans. Nelson's checked in for Sanders. Chris Middleton comes in for Ilyasova. And Antetokounmpo subbed in for O.J. Mayo. Johnson, he's checked in for the Lakers. Jeremy Lin comes in for Steve Nash. So the Lakers 5 right now. Lin and Kobe are your 1 and your 2. Johnson is out there with Carlos Boozer. It's Davis at the 5, roaming the paint. And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Hi, Kevin. Jason Kidd was just going over the plan with his team. He talked mainly about the offense he wants to see them implement. And with all their emphasis on ball screens, you can expect them to be running a pick-and-roll offense for most of this game. Something else he mentioned is that he's giving them the green light on offense. He wants to see a high volume of shots. Kevin, we'll see how that strategy pans out as this game develops.
Thanks, Doris.
That was some skill there. Nice use of the bounce pass.
Bucks trail by 3.
And introduced last season here at the Bradley Center, the new playing court with the giant M's on each half of the court. It mimics details of the old pop art court they played on back in the 70s and 80s.
Now the pass to the dude. 6 to shoot. Beyond the arc. Good. The dude's got it all tied up now for Milwaukee. Los Angeles is gone, just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Here's Lin. Changes up. That's good from Davis on the assist by Lin. Davis has got his first points of the night.
Man, he shows us he knows how to finish with a flourish.
Here's the dude, defended by Lin. Now the Lakers on the break. Bryant's running. Again, Los Angeles. Breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Lakers.
And they've come out in attack mode defensively, applying pressure and stealing the ball repeatedly.
The other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've been able to convert off turnovers.
Here's the dude. 8 points his last outing. Shot clock at 6. Middleton the pass to the dude. Some solid defense there from Lin. For the Milwaukee Bucks, they come in off the loss to Toronto.
And it's hard to point out anything that they did well in that loss. I mean, the game never got out of hand, but they were pretty shaky across the board.
And Steve, you know how optimistic and positive I am, and I had a tough time finding anything positive either. I mean, my goodness, they did keep it somewhat close. I guess that's the best I can say at this point.
Well, what's the old saying? If you can't say something nice about someone, don't say anything at all.
He dishes it to Boozer. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face. And the Lakers lead by 6.
8 of the last 10 points at that end of the court have been scored on very high percentage shots in the paint.
And it's not necessarily strategic, Clark. It's just a matter of playing with more heart. Got to play hard, guys.
Nate Walters checked in for Milwaukee. And then for Los Angeles, Randall's checked in for Boozer. Ryan Kelly comes in for Davis. And it's Henry in for Kobe. The dish to Middleton. And the shot falls short this time. Lakers leading by 6. Now Henry. Pass to Johnson. Pass to Henry. To the wing right side. Lin. And Henson pulls it down.
I'm not sure about that shot, guys. The defense really all over.
1:24 left here in the opening quarter. Here's the dude. And a miss there on the triple. Los Angeles is gone, just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. The feed to Randall. Outside, Lin. Johnson kicks to Lin. Shoots from 12. The rebound by Middleton. Bucks trail by 6. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something, you're right. 41 seconds left in the first. The dude passes to Antetokounmpo. Rejected by Johnson. He kicks to Lynn. Feeds it to Henry. Lakers passing it around. 13 feet away. Milwaukee with the rebound.
I don't know if it's just me, but he's looked a step slow since the start of the quarter. His shooting has really suffered.
Walters dishes to Henson. Shot to stop the drought. He knocks it down, but wait a minute. The officials are getting together. They may want to review this one. And indeed, they're going to look at it again. They need to be certain he beat the buzzer.
And to me, it looks pretty clear on the instant replay, guys. The ball was out of his hands in time. I mean, they need to get this one right.
For Milwaukee. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Ed Davis is checked in for Randall. Boozer comes in for Ryan Kelly. Ryan is checked in for Xavier Henry. And it's Clarkson in for Steve Nash. So for the Lakers right now, they've got Boozer. Ryan is out there with Clarkson. And it's Young. And it's Davis in at the pivot, manning the middle. The timely screen gave him a step, and he took it all the way. The dude's got 5 now. So it's the Lakers now, leading by 5. A tough loss coming against New York in their last game played.
Yeah, you want to talk about a team that just couldn't get into a rhythm offensively. That was a really ugly game for them.
Yeah, you know what? I wonder about the game plan, but really, it was more about a lack of execution than anything else.
And Young kicks to Bryant. Off target from three-point range. Kobe Bryant with a 2-year extension worth almost $50 million, Steve, highest paid in the NBA.
You know, a lot of people, Kevin, thought he should have taken a pay cut. I don't agree with that. I mean, he's earned every penny he's made and then some. The big thing now is, can you build around him, particularly at the stage in his career where, you know, his best years are behind him. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out for the Lakers.
Passes it to Boozer. Kicks to Bryant. Now the pass to Clarkson. Young with no one around. Good on the three-point shot. Young's got 12 in the game.
And people talk about the money that Kobe's making, but when you look at his value to the Lakers as a marquee player, whether in tickets or merchandising, I mean, he more than justifies that top dollar. And that's before you talk about his great legacy with the team. So I think his salary is a moot point.
Dishes it tonight. Elbow shot. No good. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Here's Clarkson. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. He feeds it to Boozer. Left side Boozer. And there's Kobe. That's good on the assist from Carlos Boozer. And that's now 19 points for Kobe Bryant.
And for the Lakers, signing Kobe to the extension, a way of rewarding a player who's meant so much to their franchise and pretty much ensures that he'll finish his career as a Laker, which is certainly the ending that he and Laker faithful had hoped for.
To the paint, got a piece of it. Uncovered. Shot is good, and the Los Angeles leads cut down to 6, and the bucket from Antetokounmpo. 1:32 left to play here in the second quarter. Clarkson passes to Young. To the left wing. Lets it go from 11. That one wide left. Well, the Bucks shooting the ball at 42%. Parker passes to the dude. That drops, and he comes off an assist from Parker. And it's 8 points for the dude.
Boy, after struggling in the first quarter, he's come alive here in the second.
Clarkson kicks to Young. There's 49 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. He dishes it to Bryant. And that one's good. Kobe's got 21 in the game.
I'll tell you what, the defenders didn't even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop.
Knight on the wing. Inside, here's Henson. That's good.
Well, he's been a real positive factor for them today, although, you know, as a team, they've had a lot of negatives mixed in there as well.
Outside, Kobe. The dish to Davis. Ryan against Knight. Davis kicks to Clarkson. 6 to shoot. Can't connect from 14 feet out.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get too many better looks from that range.
And it's off the back rim. No good.
You'd expect him to nail that one being that close to the hoop.
And the first half.
Well, the offense has obviously been a struggle. What do you think you can do better to make up ground on them?
We just have to wait for the right shot, really. We want to get even with them, but too often we try to do it all in one trip. If we stay patient and keep waiting for that can't-miss shot, yeah, we'll be all right.
Thank you for your time. This one's far from over, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris. And
All right, listen up, everybody. The second half doesn't have to be as close as the first if we pay attention to a couple of things. We got a spectacular boost from the guys coming off the bench, and that's huge because it should leave us with nothing but fresh legs as we get deep into this game. Something we're going to need if we're going to win this game are second chance points. And so far, that's the one thing that we've been getting. Keep hitting the offensive boards hard. And just to talk about what we want for the pace of the game, I'd say nice and steady suits us just fine. It doesn't have to be a track meet. And that's all I wanted to go over with you. Let's go play a good half of basketball.
welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway. A different look from Milwaukee. Antetokounmpo comes in for O.J. Mayo. And Walters checks in for Knight. And some changes here for the Lakers. The Los Angeles Lakers, the NBA's most successful franchise over the last 3 decades, since 1980. 10, guys, count them, 10 titles.
That's remarkable, and they've led the way from a business standpoint as well, Kevin. They pioneered televising their home games where some teams have worried about undercutting ticket sales. A lot of great ideas and dynamics that have helped this franchise.
Antetokounmpo and Parker are the wings. Chris Middleton is out there with Ilyasova, and it's Walters in at the 1 spot. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. The dude, he's checked in for Ilyasova. Okay, well, let's check in with Doris Burke reporting from our sideline in this game. Doris, take it away.
Well, gentlemen, Carlos Boozer had seen his role diminish with the Chicago Bulls last season. He said it was tough. This is a team sport. We all sacrifice for each other. I had to deal with it and be a good teammate. Now with the Lakers, he said, I know I can still play at a high level. My body feels great. I'm excited about the next chapter. Gentlemen, we'll see how it works out.
2-time All-Star and gold medalist Doris. His resume speaks for itself. Thank you.
And, you know, for the Lakers, no competition from football. There's not a pro football team in the L.A. market. It's one of the top 2 markets in the country, and it is a basketball town. You look at their TV deal, which is really mind-boggling. It's worth about $3.6 billion over 20 years. That gives you a lot of financial firepower there.
And Walters kicks to Parker. Pass to Walters. The Bucks need to get a shot off here. Pulls it up, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
Now we get a chance to check out Jeremy Lin, how his last 10 games have gone. He's getting around 8 points per game, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds. And overall, these aren't really reflective of the potential he has, obviously. I think we'll see his numbers going up a bit going forward.
Well, that's what he wants, and I know it's foremost on his mind. He knows he can bring more to the table, and I do expect him to bring his play up to the next level.
Ilyasova, he's checked in for Milwaukee.
Well, guys, you look at the financial resources for the Lakers, not the same advantage that it once was, because with the most recent CBA, it's really restricted spending. And the question is, how will that impact the Lakers moving forward?
Lynn kicks to Johnson. Floats one up. Rebound by Ilyasova. Ilyasova's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Ilyasova, a screen on Lynn. Here's the dude. It's rebounded by Kelly.
And you know why he was open there. They didn't commit too much defense to him, and you can see why. He has trouble making that shot.
Back to Lynn. Randall with a screen for Lynn. Johnson left side. No good. And Milwaukee the other way now. They led by as many as 18 points. To the wing on the left. Parker dishes to Antetokounmpo. Pass to the dude. The Bucks working the ball around. Here's Walters. Steps back and drains the jump shot.
They haven't been as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. They're playing smart with the lead. I like that. They're being very selective and deliberate in their offense. And that's a good strategy when you're on top.
Randall with a screen for Lynn. There's the pick. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Jeremy Lin is a bit of a scoring point guard. He's best with the ball in his hands, but not necessarily an elite scorer playmaker. He's trying to broaden out his game so he can play off the ball as well.
The Lakers making a switch here. Young's checked in.
And to become better playing off the ball, Jeremy Lin has to improve as a spot-up shooter. He's actually been shooting better off the dribble, but the catch and shoot is something he'll continue to work on.
To the middle. Here's Henry. The basket good off the assist from Lynn. Lynn's got his 3rd assist on the night. 58 seconds left in the 3rd quarter of the game. And Jeremy Lin working with the shooting coach, Clark, to develop his outside shot.
Yeah, he's actually tweaked his release to get the ball off more quickly on his way up. He's still below average from long range, but you know he's going to put the work in.
The shot's good from the dude.
Solid work right there. And again, the field goal percentages. Look at the discrepancy between these two teams in the second half.
Well, you're right. We've got one team moving crisply to get good shots and the other team just a bit stagnant.
Here's Randall. From down in the low post, it goes. Randall's got 8.
Well, I like the way he orchestrated in tight that time, fellas.
Bucks leading by 15. We've got 22 seconds left to play in the 3rd. Here's the dude. 10 points for him. 5 on the clock. There's the feed to Walters. Tries it from 19. And again, it's Milwaukee converting. 5 seconds left to play here in the 3rd. Here's Lynn. Again, Los Angeles. And it's time now to reveal our State Farm assist of the game. Today, Steve, it's a big man winning the honor.
And it was a no-brainer. This assist was really out of this world. I mean, he had a great understanding of the situation and where the ball had to go.
Milwaukee making a switch here. Parker's checked in. Xavier Henry, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Jeremy Lin comes in for Nick Young. So the Lakers 5 right now. Xavier Henry is out there with Boozer. Then it's Jeremy Lin. Then it's Nash. And it's Kobe in at the 3. Lynn kicks to Bryant. Clock at 6. Here's Boozer. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket.
Giving them an opportunity at second chance points with some hard work on the glass there.
The dude, he's checked in for Brandon Knight. For Xavier Henry. Young is subbed in for Jeremy Lin. There's a minute 47 left in the 4th quarter. Here's the dude, defended by Bryant. Here's the dude, rejected by Bryant. They recover it. Lakers trail by 20, and it's Young at the elbow.
Looking at the numbers for Nick Young, he has 14 points, and he's hit the mark twice from three-point range as well.
Well, it's no secret. I mean, the more points he can come up with from out there, the better off they'll be offensively with their spacing.
Well, we all know the Lakers in transition. Ownership passed down to the next generation in early 2013. And for the first time in L.A., Clark, a bit of uncertainty in that leadership situation.
Yep, a few cracks starting to show their partner, Laker great Magic Johnson, airing his concerns with some of the decision-making. Disharmony, not quite sure of who's going to run things, injuries as well. Just a lot didn't go the way the Lakers had hoped or wanted it to.
The Lakers have gone 7 of 16 from the field here in the fourth. That's about 43%.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, dominating performance for the Bucks.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, Stephen Clark. An all-around dominant performance, Clark. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
I certainly did, and they just cracked it open and made it an in-seat, no contest.
Yeah. And so this is going to end up as victory number 24 on the year.
And I think this win builds confidence for this year in the matchup. They take the first win of the season series, and that could play a factor the next time these two teams meet.
And that next meeting will be their second and final game of the season series, being in opposite conferences. So you bet nobody wants to get swept even in a two-game season series. I think the next game will be hotly contested.
And you see the contributions from the role players on the team, and boy, what a game it was for Ersan Ilyasova. And you have to love the effort he put forth on the glass. He played with a fire no one else seemed to match as he chased down rebounds.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
Here's Walters. So no problem for Milwaukee as they get the win. Some days, Clark, everything goes right for a team, and they just had one of those games.
Yeah, it certainly was. I mean, these guys played a great all-around basketball game here.
Well, Brandon, certainly a...
Come on. Who died? You look a little nervous.
Well, I heard it's never a good thing to be called into the GM's office, especially the day your 10-day contract is up. So if you're gonna release me, I would just appreciate it if you did it quickly.
I'm gonna be brutally honest, kid. You haven't done enough to secure a regular roster spot.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Hey, wait. You have done enough to secure another 10-day contract, though.
Excuse me?
Yeah, I'm gonna give you another shot to prove you belong in this league permanently, huh?
Hey, you won't regret it either. I'm gonna make it awfully hard for you to let me go.
I hope so. Look, a contract's on my secretary's desk. You go sign that on your way out. Get out of here.
All right, thank you.
All right. Where's my lunch?